Good evening. Hello. My name is Rachel Maddow. I'm very sorry I could not break out of this TV box to be there with all of you fine, good-looking people this evening for the International Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission 2011 Human Rights Awards. You know, if you ever consider shortening that title, I'm just saying something like the Rightsies might work. It would make all the speakers' jobs much easier, shorten the length of the festivities by about 28 minutes, I'm guessing. But what I'm here to talk about, and I'm sorry I can't be there in person, what I'm here to talk about is one of the people who you are celebrating this evening. My friend, and a man whose investigative journalism has been a game changer these past few years, a man named Jeff Sharlet. In 2009, there was an unexpected, and as far as I can remember, rather unprecedented outbreak of conservative political sex scandals in Washington. In June of that year, Nevada Republican Senator John Ensign was forced to admit to having a long-term affair with a campaign staffer, who also happened to be married to another one of the senator's aides. We then learned that the senator's parents had given the staffer's family $96,000, which may or may not have violated the very lax Senate ethics rules. A panel is still looking into that. So that happened first. Then in July, you had South Carolina's Republican Governor Mark Sanford disappearing to hike what he said was the Appalachian Trail. What he was actually doing was seeing his extramarital girlfriend in Argentina. A couple of weeks after that, the estranged wife of a former Republican congressman named Chip Pickering alleged that he had had an affair while they were married. That was the cheap, simple, carbohydrate, salacious information that everybody had about those sex scandals. But here's what Jeff had. The thing that connected all of these disparate sex scandals was a Washington, D.C. mansion that is listed as a church for tax purposes, as well as the religious organization that owned and operated that mansion, a group known as The Family, and that mansion known as C Street. C Street was where John Ensign lived, where Mark Sanford had lived there as well. He lived there when he was a congressman. And Chip Pickering, his wife, said he actually carried on his affair at the C Street house. These three guys, their association with The Family and the C Street house was already well-researched and documented and proven by the time their scandals broke. Jeff Sharlet had lived among The Family. He had reported on the king-making role that The Family had played in D.C., organizing the National Prayer Breakfast every year, engaging in backroom and often publicly indefensible diplomacy, granting its members access to some of the world's most powerful and influential leaders to do things that they would not have to answer for because they were done in secret. The Family was a key link not only to all those Republican sex scandals, but to why those politicians and how those politicians thought they would survive those scandals based on the secretive network they belonged to because they were C Street guys. They were family guys. But then our understanding of C Street and The Family got much less salacious, to the point of being potentially lethal. A family associate in the nation of Uganda introduced what has come to be known as the Kill the Gays Bill. It's not a flippant term. It's not meant to be a derogatory term. It is a descriptive term. One of the proposed punishments for the grave crime of being gay in Uganda would be death if this bill passes. The young member of the Ugandan parliament who introduced that bill had attended the family-run National Prayer Breakfasts in Washington. He had extensive personal ties to the family. His career, in many ways, was a product, a political product, of this secretive religious group that had thrived in the shadows in Washington and whose tentacles stretched through politics and religion throughout the world. It was Jeff Sharlet's dogged reporting that made that connection between what the American group, The Family, did here in America and how it used its secretive power and influence to export and enable really tremendously, indefensibly bad ideas all over the world. And that exposure mattered. It resonated, not just with my audience on MSNBC, but with Ugandans, and interestingly enough, even with the United States State Department. Just the other day, just a few days ago, I was reading through some of the WikiLeaks documents, those State Department cables that were leaked. And in one of them, from Uganda, the State Department notes that opponents of the Kill the Gays bill in Uganda had started forwarding around the transcripts of the shows that we did on the bill and The Family and that young Ugandan member of parliament. And of course, our interviews about those things with an intrepid, unmatched reporter named Jeff Sharlet. So congratulations, Jeff, on a story and a career and now an award about which you can be very, very, very proud. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for letting me brag about Jeff. It's been a real honor.